What's going on, everybody? Marcus Black Married Debt Free. I thought it would be apropos or necessary to hop on live here. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, man. So the Fed just raised the interest rates 0.75 basis points, and I wanted to hop on because I just dropped a video here on YouTube and dropped a podcast. Really, I'm not calling myself a prophet, okay? I wouldn't do that. But I pretty much was talking about how this was going to happen. You can kind of see the writing on the wall. So our good friend Jerome Powell, I'm sorry, Jerome Powell just sounds like a brother to me. But the chairman of the Federal Reserve, just an hour ago, he announced that what their plans are. And so if you study this, why do we care about this stuff? Because this, like I said in my previous video, if you haven't, go check out the video. I actually recorded it a week ago. And so it's needless to say, the things I talked about in that video actually just came to pass. But why do we care about tracking this stuff? Well, because this is going to determine when do we get in this housing market. When will there be opportunity? I mean, they're not to say that there's not always opportunity, but when will it be more opportunity in mass, right? Well, these things kind of tell the story and kind of give us the timeline. So Jerome Powell upped the interest rates 0.75 basis points, and their goal for them doing that is because history shows that turning up the interest rate may affect inflation, either stop the growth of inflation or sometimes bring it down. But what it does in the interim is it makes the cost of money way more expensive. So if you have any credit cards that have ARM rates, adjustable rates on them, man, it's affecting you. If you're looking to buy a home right now, it's going to affect you tremendously. So what people are doing, is they're saying, I'm not buying, I'm not doing nothing. And the Fed knows this, so they're trying to inch up this interest rate 0.75 like they did today. Some economists said that they should have increased it more. But what the Fed doesn't want to do is they don't want to trigger a recession. So they're trying to inch it up, hoping that the inch up will sneak by the recession. It's like they're trying to tiptoe by the recession without waking it up. But they also want to go wake up inflation and say, hey, you need to come down a little bit. So we're going to see if this works. I don't think this will, because the incremental increases that they've done so far this year hasn't helped inflation. In fact, inflation has gone up. So do I think this will be the one move that's like, all right, now it starts to turn the inflation around? I doubt it. But what it does do, it makes purchasing and it makes the cost of money more. So getting a mortgage, getting credit for businesses or personal, it doesn't matter. If this makes it more, much more expensive to do that. So now you're going to be paying much more in interest, which essentially decreases your buying power. So what does that mean? So let's say if your interest rate is at 3%, and you can you're in the market for a $400,000 home at 3%. The Fed increases their interest rate to now your interest rate is 5%. Well, now you can't afford a $400,000 home. You can only afford a $200,000 home because your monthly payments just went up with the interest. So that's what we're seeing here. What do y'all think, man? If y'all here in the chats, jump in the chats, man. I don't want to just be a talking head, but I thought this would be a cool conversation to have. What do you all think about Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve increasing the interest rate? Do you think it's going to help? Do you think it's going to do anything? What are your thoughts? How high do we think the interest is going to go? Me personally, from just the deep dives and studying that I've been doing, doing my own research. Nah, but just from the research I've been doing, I think by the end of the year, towards the beginning of the year, we may see it go as high as 10%. I'm gonna just jump out there and say 10%, man. Before it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But the cool reason why we track this is because it's going to get better. The Fed says once they see inflation go down, home inventory go up, they're going to turn the knob down again. And I think we'll be at a nice sweet spot there. I have a video talking about that. But yeah, just wanted to hop on, man, just to kind of, talk about the news that just came down the pipe. It's interesting because, like I said, I recorded a video saying this would happen about a week ago. I scheduled it to drop here on YouTube. It dropped earlier this morning. Also on our podcast. If you're not following us on our podcast, please do. And that was scheduled to drop tomorrow. I just had to drop it today with a little kind of disclaimer intro saying, hey, the Fed made a move sooner than expected. So what's tomorrow? Let's talk about what tomorrow is, though, y'all. So tomorrow is the day when we find out officially if we're in a recession. So a recession is defined. Let's look at the definition. Recession is defined as a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in the GDP in 2 successive quarters. Well, we know we had that, right? This whole year, if you've been looking at your portfolio, like I said, if you know us, I invest heavily in the total stock market index, VTSAX, and other total stock market indexes, S&P 500 indexes. This year's been trash. It just hasn't been good. And so I know we've had two down quarters, but the GDP has to compile their data, and so we don't get that data until tomorrow, which is July 28th. And so will they come out and say officially we're in a recession? I've seen some different things. I don't know about how true they are. Some different screenshots of them changing the definition of recession to fit their narrative so that they don't have to come out tomorrow and say we're in an official recession. Because what happens, right? We know what happens. The market is driven by trust. And when you say the word, when the GDP releases information or anything is released, like what Jerome Powell just did, like this is going to affect the market, right? You'll probably see this affect the market today, or if not today, tomorrow. So anytime big announcements are made about the economy, the market you see pullbacks, you see movement, because people start getting, oh shoot, they said the word recession. So their fear is if they say recession, it will trigger a recession, like for real. People will start quelling their spending. Businesses will start doing, well, if they said recession, now we got to start laying people off. So their thing is like, if we don't say the word, then maybe people won't act in a manner of recession. Like if we don't say Candyman, maybe he won't appear, but he's already here. So just go on and say it. So I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. So that may be something you want to keep your eye on. But yeah, this is just fun stuff to just track and look at, because it's going to affect whatever you're doing. If you're trying to, wherever stage you're in the your financial journey, this information is going to affect it. If you're looking into getting into real estate, if you're looking into getting your first home, these things are important, man, because right now it's going to cost you much more to get into said home than it would even yesterday, right? So your interest rates will now be higher. So this is interesting stuff. What do y'all think? I want to know what y'all think. If you watch me, we got 13 people here. you're watching me, let me know what you think. 14 people. Let me know what you think about the Fed raising the interest rate 0.75 basis points. I want to hear from you. But yeah, man, it's something interesting to look at. Yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick, say what's up, let you guys know what's going on. Try this live thing out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you haven't already, do us a huge favor, subscribe to this channel. We need the subscriptions, y'all. We need the subscriptions. Y'all see the numbers. Y'all see that. I don't know the algorithm, but y'all see the numbers. We consistently dropping content. It's quality content, but the numbers are what the numbers are. Only you can save us. I mean, only you. Share this with your friends. Share a video you see. Share a clip you see. You know, if you enjoy this content at all, if you want it to continue, we're gonna need your help. You know what I mean? So we really appreciate you guys rocking with Black Married Debt Free, following the journey. We're gonna be dropping something special, y'all. We're gonna be dropping something special. If you follow us here, we really appreciate it. If you don't follow us also on our podcast, that's where we get the most activity. So follow us at the Black Married Debt Free podcast on every podcast platform. We're going to be doing something special for anyone who is looking to get into their first investment property with an emphasis on out-of-state investing. If you don't know, Shire and I have acquired 5 out-of-state investment properties, and we're getting ready to acquire some more. But we get a lot of questions about it, and so we want to talk about it. And like I said, I see major opportunity on the horizon. Everything is working exactly as it should by the Fed increasing this rate. Everything is trending towards the opportunity that I see in the coming months. And so we want to position everyone to be able, who wants to be able to seize this opportunity, right? So we want to start the conversation now. We want to start getting your mind ready for all the different pieces that will need to be in place for you to get into an investment property. So we've been working for I would say years on presenting you all something that can help you, because we get a lot of questions. There's a lot of pieces involved, and some things you don't know unless you've gone through the process. So we really wanted to focus on first-time investors, because we get a lot of first-time investors that reach out to us with questions. So we wanted to just create something that's just like a one-stop shop for all things first-time investors. So be on the lookout for that. We need to hear from you. We need to know if this is something you all even want. So be on the lookout for that, for inquiries about, hey, is this something you all even want? Or have you had, did you get your fill of content elsewhere? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just be throwing things on the wall and hoping that they stick. We want to bring things that you guys actually want and will utilize. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Just wanted to hop on. The Fed increased the rate 0.75 basis points. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'll let this live here on YouTube, and I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.